Well, it was another nail biter, but if you haven't read the title, then let me just show you a quick image of what just happened. That's right, 64 and counting. Let's do a review. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and today, yesterday, whenever you're watching this, the third-ranked Kansas Jayhawks were back home in Allen Fieldhouse for senior night as they took on the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and KU escaped with the victory by a final score of 67-63. Yep, oh my gosh, this game was a stressful one because reasons. And with the win, KU clinched at least a share of its 64th regular season conference championship, and it's actually now back-to-back conference championships for the Kansas Jayhawks. And also, this was the 40th consecutive senior night home victory in a row. That dates back to, I believe, 1983. Which is absolutely nuts. Now, we did get to recognize a couple seniors along the way, and there were a few good things that came out of this, but there were a lot of things that we need to fix. So with that being said, for those of you who do not know, I give positives and negatives about the game, give a player the game and a player who needs to improve. So without further ado, let's do it. Positives, free throw percentage. Surprisingly, KU actually outshot the Red Raiders from the free throw line, as KU shot 82% from the charity stripe, while the Red Raiders only shot 71%. Actually, KU shot better from the three-point line as well, as the Hawks were 22% from three, while the Red Raiders were 19% from beyond the arc, which also includes shooting 9% in the first half. So defensively from the three and getting to the free throw line and making our free throws, this was great. And thank God we actually shot above 80% from the free throw line, or else there's a good chance we would have lost this game. So, yeah, shooting better from the three, doing well defensively from beyond the arc, and also making their free throws. Those are positives. Turnovers. My goodness. KU won the turnover battle. There's no question about it. But the way they did it, my goodness. KU forced 10 Texas Tech turnovers and scored 8, while the Jayhawks only had 5 the entire game, and Texas Tech only scored 8. Wow. Yeah, this was one of the best games in terms of taking care of the basketball. I mean, only 5 turnovers. Pretty solid. And I mean, there was only 2 in the first half. So, both teams did well. Taking care of the basketball. I mean, yeah, Texas Tech ended up turning the ball over more, but my goodness, this was a better game in terms of taking care of the basketball, but we just did a bit better. So winning the turnover battle, that's also a positive. Another positive, fouls. KU won the foul battle as the Red Raiders had 15 personal fouls, while the Jayhawks had only 12. And there's only one guy that got into significant foul trouble, and he only had 4. The other guys had 2 or less. So a lot of good things came out of it. We did well defensively, making sure that we held our ground. There's a lot of ticky-tack fouls that were kind of called late. But other than that, we did our job holding our ground. So yeah, not having very many fouls and winning the foul battle, that's also a positive. And the final positives are nitpick positives, as KU won the second chance points battle 8-6. Fast break points, KU won that 12-6. And bench points, KU escaped with that one, as the Hawks won that one 5-4. So most of the nitpick positives, KU won, which was great. So a lot of good things came out of this. And with that being said, those are my positives. All right, now to the negatives. First negative, KU shooting performance compared to Texas Tech's. As KU struggled to make a shot in this game. After having a really good performance against West Virginia, that all fell flat. as KU only shot 39% from the field in this game. Did better in the second half, shooting 42%, but overall for the game, 39%. And in fact, Texas Tech actually outshot KU as they shot 41% from the field, including 52% in the second half. So the defense kind of shook up here and there, and we just could not buy a bucket. I mean, thank God our free throws went in, or else, as I said earlier, we would have lost this game. But we just got to do better making shots, and we just overshot some things here and there. A couple layups were overshot, some of them that just didn't fall. I mean, there was a few that ended up going in, but it just went around and around and around. So, yeah, we just need to start making shots. So, yeah, that's a negative. Another negative, rebounding. I talked with a couple people saying that this was key for a Kansas victory, and this did not happen as Texas Tech out-rebounded the Jayhawks 42-33. And if you take away Texas Tech's offensive rebounds alone, KU squeaks away with a 1-point rebound margin. Yeah, this was awful, as KU had 29 defensive rebounds, but 4 offensive rebounds in this game, while Texas Tech had 10. Gosh, we need to take better care of the ball in terms of the boards, because the next couple opponents that we play, they're better rebounding teams, and they're taller too, so we gotta do our job taking care of the glass. So yeah, losing the rebounding battle, that's also a negative. And the final negative is a nitpick negative, as KU did lose the point in the paint battle 40-32. Again, that also comes with Texas Tech actually starting to drive the ball more. That also comes with them getting offensive rebounds and scoring more in low. Yeah, I'm not too surprised that this happened, but gosh, we need to start scoring. And I mean, we left a lot of points up on the board in terms of in terms of shots taken inside the paint. So yeah, that needs to be fixed. And yeah, with all that said, those are all my negatives. Player of the game. I'm actually going to give co-players of the game, but I do want to give an honorable mention first, and that is to DeJuan Harris, who had an incredible game in the final home game. My goodness, I just couldn't think. He finished with 16 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block shot in 37 minutes. Shot 7-12 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. Juan played great, and so far this season, knock on all bunches of wood, but once DeJuan Harris has scored double figures, KU has gone undefeated. And the fact that he's actually starting to score more, but also distribute the ball, he's going to be something special. So, unfortunately, he's not going to get it in this one, but he does deserve an honorable mention. But I did say co-players of the game, and I wanted to give it to the 2 seniors who played remarkable games in their final home game at Allen Fieldhouse. Let's first start with Kevin Mcculler. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 big blocks in this game in 37 minutes. 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Yeah, it's a cold shooting night. I don't care. My goodness. The blocks, the rebounds, the steal, says it all. Kevin Mcculler played remarkable in his final home game in Allen Fieldhouse. And, he left his mark. Left his mark in 1 year. After being at Texas Tech, which is, oh boy, this could have been drastic in his final home game going against his former team if we would have lost. But we didn't, so it's all happy-go-lucky here. But he played his heart out in his final home game, and there's no question that Kevin deserves a player of the game nod. So, yeah, Kevin Mcculler, 1/2 of the player of the game. And the other player of the game is not technically recognized as a senior if you look at the score sheet, the book, or anything like that. But he is an academic senior and is graduating in May. But he is technically classified as a redshirt junior, but this was his last game at Allen Fieldhouse, so they gave him the senior recognition, and that is Jalen Wilson. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks as well in 38 minutes. 6 of 16 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, but 9 for 10 from the free throw line. And thank God he got out of his slump, because this was big. Jalen did not have the greatest week last week, and finally got out of the slump, returned to what we consider his All-American numbers, and played an incredible final home game. Jalen has been probably the workhorse of this team, and there's no doubt, either in my mind, there's a good chance he's going to be Big 12 Player of the Year. Maybe a consensus first team All-American. Should be a consensus All-American, but consensus first team. And I think he should get his number retired at the end of it. So, but played an incredible game, made some incredible plays, grabbed rebounds, blocked 2 big shots, as well as his teammate. So, yeah, there's no question Jalen deserves the Player of the Game nod, which seems like it's happened a lot this year, but why not? He gets another one. So, with that being said, my co-players of the game, Kevin Mcculler and Jalen Wilson. Player who needs to improve, there is no question, it's Grady Dick. It's probably his worst game as a Jayhawk. Finished with 4 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks in 35 minutes. 0 for 7 from the field. 0 for 5 from 3. But 4 for 4 from the free throw line. In fact, making the 2 final free throws. 2 final free throws to clinch the conference championship for KU in the waning seconds. So I will give him that nod, but my gosh, the ball just could not go into the bucket for Grady Dick at all. And I hope it's just a cold slump, especially now. I think he probably just got the jitters, maybe because this could be his final home game as well. Give or take, more or less, it is going to be his final home game. But yeah, he just struggled as well. So I hope the slump is just a one-game funk. But for the sake of it, Grady Dick is my player who needs to improve. And that's going to do it for my review of KU versus Texas Tech. Again, the final score, Kansas 67, Texas Tech 63. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Push that notification bell and tell your friends about these videos. And I should see you again for the next basketball review, as the Hawks will travel down to Austin, Texas for a chance to clinch the outright Big 12 title, as they will take on the Texas Longhorns. But until then, have a good day. Never ever bring exotic dancers to the field house, and I'll catch ya on the flip side. Peace. We're Big 12 champs.